land of spas. Many countries gain their wealth from the depths of the earth. The thermal waters bubbling beneath the surface are also one of Hungary's treasures. In many parts of this small country, there are numerous thermal springs bursting from the earth. And it was like this even in Roman times. Pannonia was one of the centers of the Roman bath culture. People had earlier discovered that most of the thermal springs have significant healing qualities, if they are used in the right way. Let us show you what the land of spas has in store for you. Budapest, a city with more than 120 thermal springs, was already considered an important and remarkable bath city at the turn of the century. Beautiful buildings, palaces and hotels were built above the thermal springs, rising from the deep. The waters of its medicinal baths can heal various complaints throughout the year. The water from the springs of the Széchenyi baths, for example, which comes from 1,250 meters below the surface, is 75 degrees Celsius and contains sodium and sulfate. It brings relief for rheumatism and is quite efficient in treating various orthopedic ailments and for general rehabilitation. This bath is the biggest among Europe's medicinal baths. The Gellert baths are the most popular among foreigners, since they offer their services within a stately hotel in the very center of Budapest. The Gellert also features a beautiful wave pool and a bubble bath unique to the world. Its springs are highly recommended for chronic rheumatic inflammations, spinal problems, circulatory disorders and nervous disorders, but its pools also guarantee the perfect cure against diseases. This is what the lounge looks like. This remarkable interior was built in 1918. Guests can get to the 36 and 38 degrees Celsius thermal water pools from here. The fame linked to the medicinal powers of Hungarian thermal springs has been spreading throughout the world for centuries. If we need an example of how much people can be attached to medicinal baths, we have only to mention the St. Lukács baths. Uncle Károly, now 103 years old, could be a walking advertisement for the baths. He's been going there every day for the last 76 years. The present building dates from the last century and was a popular place to relax for very many well-known artists and public personalities. There are marble plaques under the centuries-old trees of the park with messages from grateful clients. The springs of the Lukács baths offer a drinking cure for various digestive and respiratory disorders. The reason the Turks are said to have stayed in Hungary for 150 years is because they loved our thermal waters so much. On departing, they left behind a developed bath culture and beautiful bath buildings, many of them still functioning today. The Király baths in the center of Buda offer remedies for problems of both sexes, though not at the same time. Women visit on even days, men on odd days. But they can enjoy the same services as customers from the 1600s. There is another renovated Turkish bath in Eger, in the famous wine region. And there are hotels in the vicinity of the baths, with their high-quality medical and balneotherapeutic services. the mildly radioactive water is recommended for chronic rheumatic diseases. As for cave baths, the cave baths in Miskolc's Tarpolza are a rarity in the world. Many rheumatic patients were finally cured here. Its medical springs can be enjoyed not only in pools, but also in the caves, as the springs gush from the cracks of the earth onto the bathers. The atmosphere here resembles the steamy and humid interior of a steam bath. Hungary, the land of spas. There are more than 400 thermal spas and spa establishments in 22 cities and 62 smaller towns and villages. The medical springs in Hajdú-Szoboslo near the Puszta, whose waters rise from 1,100 meters beneath the surface, have become famous at record speed. The springs, which are abundant in sodium and hydrocarbonic chloride, can be successfully used for curing 29 different diseases. Mud baths and underwater traction baths, the so-called weight baths, which are very popular, can also have very good results. These methods, which may be quite frightening at first sight, have proven to be very successful. But you can also choose from among different types of massage, various forms of electrotherapy and hydrotherapy. Gyula, one of the nicest thermal spas in Hungary, only 220 kilometers from Budapest. The hot waters of the 2,000-meter deep thermal well ensure relaxation, recreation, regeneration, and rehabilitation. The main attraction in Hungarian medical tourism is that in most places, guests do not have to search for a spa, since the spa is already waiting for them at their hotel. And this is how it is on peaceful Margaret Island in the center of Budapest. A 2 to 3 week long holiday combines perfectly with thorough health rehabilitation. Everything necessary is at the guest's disposal. The highest level of medical supervision and physiotherapy, rheumatology, orthopedics, laboratories, balneotherapy, ultrasound, magnetotherapy, underwater massage, traction bars and drinking cures, together with all the rest that one would need for thorough physical and spiritual cleansing. On the other side of the Danube, there is another new, beautiful, Scandinavian-style health spa and hotel called the Hotel Helia. Its crystal-clear pools contain waters from the Margaret Island Springs. The super-modern Helia offers the highest level of hotel catering, as well as complex medical treatment. Guests who are fond of sports can find various ways of recreation, such as a swimming pool, a weight training room, physical therapy, and various types of massage. The Aquincum Hotel on the Buda side is also very tempting. Its name refers to the baths built in this area in Roman times. Its medicinal department also features full medical diagnostic equipment and balneo and physiotherapy departments at the highest level. This hotel offers complete recreation for the whole family, and its services will offer a pleasant surprise to worn-out conference guests as well. Bukfjordur. It is only 30 years old, but is already one of the best-known spas in Hungary. It's in an excellent location, with a good climate at the foothills of the Alps. It's the perfect place for long walks, cycling, playing tennis or golf, and eating at fine restaurants. Its pools, which are either 24 or 35 degrees Celsius, are ideal for relaxation, including rehabilitation, chronic polyarthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, and circulatory diseases. Sárvár. Only 30 kilometers from the Austrian border, the Sárvár Hotel was built in the middle of an arboretum, in idyllic surroundings, and it prides itself on a unique spring. Beyond the usual locomotor and rheumatic problems, many patients come here after operations, or with inflammatory problems, gynecological problems, or bronchitis. There is special massage equipment, which is highly popular. Those who grow fond of the Sárvár springs can take some home in the form of salts, which they can use in their own bathwater. Havís, our pride, the biggest thermal lake in the world, suitable for bathing. There is a spring that feeds the lake from 47 meters below the surface, and the flow is so strong that the water of the lake is completely changed every 3 days. The water is 35 degrees in the summer and never drops below 26 degrees, even in the middle of winter. There are medicinal departments operating in both summer and winter, in small bathhouses built above the lake. The most important medicinal factor is the mild, radioactive and sulfurous mud at the bottom of the lake. Patients from all over the world are sent here to seek treatment. The Danubius hotel chain also serves medicinal tourism in Havís. Its most outstanding hotel is the Hotel Thermal, where the pools contain the thermal waters of the Havís. Complex medicinal packages are offered among luxurious conditions at very reasonable prices. Leisure time should not be a problem either. Lake Balaton is only a 10-minute drive away, as are various other tourist and entertainment spots. And, if you wish, you can also try your luck at the casino, which is within easy reach. The Rogna Hotel in Havís, just recently built, is already the first step in a project to combine medicinal tourism and family vacations. People will happily choose this place if they desire to combine their holiday with an effective and preventive treatment and physical conditioning. Thermal waters, these ancient and wonderful assistants to natural medicine, are experiencing their renaissance these days. In Hungary, 350,000 cubic meters of water, warmer than 30 degrees Celsius, bursts from the earth daily with its healing, regenerating and rejuvenating properties. Our thermal facilities cater for 100,000 people at a time. So, why not be one of them?